Hi there, thanks for joining us. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the options that are available to entrepreneurs, people who are investors who want to become Canadian permanent residents by investing in a Canadian province. So please stay with us, don't go away, and as always, do remember to hit the subscribe button and to check us out on our website at go.gooselaw.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Donovan Francis and I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer, and I help skilled workers and investors who are inside Canada or outside Canada who are wanting to become Canadian permanent residents but do not want to go through all of the complicated legal forms that are part of that process. Now, if you are currently an investor, you are a business person, and you are wanting to become a Canadian permanent resident by investing in one of the provinces, then you have several options that are available to you. Now, generally speaking, Canada's immigration program is managed by the federal government. However, provinces do have the option of offering different immigration channels to persons who are suitably qualified and who are in a position to bring development and job opportunities to these provinces. One of the channels that's available through most of the provinces and territories in Canada is the entrepreneur/investor visa option. Now, what this does is it allows business people who are outside Canada who have the required minimum net worth to be able to identify a Canadian business or to establish a business in Canada, and by doing so, to be able to get sufficient points to virtually guarantee them their Canadian permanent residency. There are a few basic things that you will need to bear in mind if you're contemplating one of the investor channels available through one of the provinces or territories. First of all, you will have to show that you have at least the minimum required net worth. All right, generally speaking, most provinces have a minimum required net worth of about 600,000 Canadian dollars. This varies from province to province. There may be some provinces that may have a minimum net worth that's lower than $600,000, but generally speaking, you are going to be looking at an amount of in and around $600,000. And this minimum net worth is something that is going to have to be verified by an authorized agency. And by minimum net worth, we're talking about the total value of all of the assets you have minus all of your liabilities. All right, so that's going to be a requirement, or at least the first requirement, that you must have a minimum net worth of in and around 600,000 Canadian dollars in order to be eligible. Secondly, you must be wanting to establish a business in Canada, or you must be wanting to acquire a business in Canada. Either way, you must be the principal owner of that business that you're wanting to acquire. In addition, you must also be in a position to invest at least $300,000 upfront in that business. Again, the figures may vary depending on the province, but generally speaking, you want to be sure that you're going to be in a position to have that amount of cash, that amount of money available on hand to allow you to invest that money up front. So remember, this is separate and apart from the $600,000 that you need to show that you have as your minimum net worth. Okay, so you've established that you have your net worth, but separate and apart from this, you must be able to show that you have at least $300,000 on hand available to be invested in a business in Canada, or at least for you to use to acquire a business in Canada. So that's going to be important. Generally speaking, many of these provinces also require that you also have some experience in managing a business, some prior experience. The general requirement is that you have in and around 3 years of managerial experience. So that's going to be important. For many of these provinces as well, you need to show that your business is going to be in a position to hire Canadians, right? Your business should be in a position to hire Canadian permanent residents or Canadian citizens. Typically, the requirement is that your business is able to employ at least one Canadian, and again, these requirements may vary from province to province or from territory to territory. Another important thing to bear in mind before we end is that there will be a language requirement that will need to be met. Everybody wanting to apply to become a Canadian permanent resident under the general economic streams or the investor streams, you will be required to pass either a French or an English language test. And so that's going to be one of the basic requirements that will need to be met. But the important thing to note is that once you are successful in establishing a business under one of these investor or entrepreneur visa programs, then what that does, it makes you qualified for an extra 600 points through what's called a provincial nominee. So the province in which you invest will then nominate you to become a permanent resident. And in doing so, they will, that nomination will assure you of an extra 600 points, which will virtually guarantee that you then will be successful with your Canadian permanent residency application, subject, of course, to all of the required checks, just to verify that you are not ineligible otherwise. So, I trust you found value from this, and as always, do remember to check us out on our website at go.gooselaw.com and to subscribe to our videos. Thanks so much for watching. Warm regards.